ThinkWire presents 20-second rule habits, 5 steps to make laziness work for you. Do you ever struggle to stay motivated? Does it feel like you're constantly putting off tasks and making excuses? If so, have no fear, the 20-second rule is here. This method of productivity encourages small changes that can have a significant impact on your daily habits. What is the 20-second rule for laziness? The 20-second rule is based on the idea that action takes about 20 seconds to become a habit. Therefore, if you can make small changes in your life that take less than 20 seconds, you can make a habit of it and it'll become second nature. The 20-second rule is a simple concept that can help you break free from your habits of laziness and become more productive. It's about taking small steps towards achieving your goals rather than jumping into them head on. The idea behind the 20-second rule is to reduce the time that it takes for you to do something that requires effort on your part. By reducing the time spent, you're more likely to take action and complete tasks instead of procrastinating or giving up altogether. It is how to build better habits to be more productive and relieve stress. This rule can be applied to any task: getting out of bed in the morning, doing chores around the house, studying for exams, or even working out at home. All it takes is just 20 seconds of added focus and effort towards a goal, and you will start seeing the rewards. The laziness of our brains. The laziness of our brains can be a major hindrance to reaching our goals. We often find ourselves wanting to do something, yet struggling with completing the task at hand. This is due to our brain's natural inclination towards conserving energy. It doesn't want us to do anything unless there is an immediate reward. Fortunately, this phenomenon known as the 20-second rule can help us turn our brain's laziness into an advantage when it comes to forming new habits and achieving success. The 20-second rule states that if we make tasks easier by breaking them down into smaller parts, we'll be more likely to complete them and form successful habits over time. If you make habits harder, your brain does the rest. If you feel it's impossible to stick with a habit, you may need to make it a little harder. This simple rule will train your brain to form habits faster and easier than ever before. The 20-second rule states that when you want to start a new habit, the most difficult part of it is getting started. To combat this, set up an obstacle between yourself and the bad habit. Something so small it only takes about 20 seconds of effort, and this will be enough for your brain to take over. For example, if you're trying to stop eating junk food, put your healthy snacks in an easy-to-access spot and move the unhealthy snacks out of sight or away from reach. Guess what? Willpower doesn't always work. Willpower is the internal strength to stay in control of your desires, thoughts, and actions. It's the ability to say no when you're tempted by something that will ultimately not be beneficial for you. However, willpower doesn't always work when it comes to forming new habits. It needs the energy to keep it going, and that's why you find in many cases we give in to our urges and bad habits in the afternoons and evenings. Remember, the brain has created neuro associations that have totally wired our old habits into place. It takes a lot of energy and resolve to train the brain in a new direction. The brain will naturally follow the path of least resistance. Therefore, it will try to execute anything that shows less resistance and sees an opportunity. Sean Anker, Harvard happiness researcher and the author of The Happiness Advantage, The 7 Principles of Positive Psychology That Fuel Success and Performance at Work, says the following: the more often we succumb to this path, the more difficult it becomes to change directions. The 20-second rule is all about finding ways to make it easier for yourself to complete tasks rather than relying solely on willpower or motivation. This means that instead of trying to force yourself into completing a task or forming a new habit from scratch, you can look for simple solutions that make the process easier and more comfortable for you. Rather than viewing laziness as a vice, you should see it as a virtue. With this new mentality, you'll be able to easily form better habits and stick to them more consistently. Why it works. We all want to be productive and successful, but sometimes our laziness gets the better of us. We end up procrastinating and not getting anything done. So why does the 20-second rule work? The main reason is that it helps you break the habit of procrastination. When you have a task that needs to be done and you don't want to do it right away, it's easy to keep putting it off and eventually you forget about it. But when you do it right away, it's harder to keep procrastinating and it's more likely that you'll get it done. The 20-second rule also helps you to be more efficient. When you're able to do small tasks right away, you're not wasting time procrastinating. You're staying focused and getting more done in less time. So if you want to make more productive use of your laziness, try using the 20-second rule. It's a great way to make sure you get things done, and it helps you break the habit of procrastination. We all know the feeling of getting caught up in the everyday hustle and bustle of life. Often it can be hard to find the determination and motivation necessary to accomplish our goals and maintain a healthy lifestyle. However, introducing the 20-second rule habits into your daily routine can make laziness work for you instead of against you. It's no secret that change is hard, but you will feel so much better if you train yourself to create better habits for yourself. It will make your life easier without much effort.